So I built a massive fantasy mansion in Minecraft, and here's what happened. So I got a commission for a massive survival base, and of course I accepted. But I needed some help, so I asked passengerandselfbuilds for some assistance.
Hey.
With this newfound help, we started on the project. But how long will this take us, past me? Hopefully we can get it done, like, this week. Oh, you naive little boy. You did not know what was ahead of you. But in the meantime, we built this massive mountain, which the footage of us building it does not exist because I forgot to record it. We moved on to the actual building, which needed some planning because of how big it was going to be. But what were the conversations like? Ah yes, the life of a builder. Only blocks, no friends. Okay, but seriously, we had to come up with something. The silence was deafening. But what do you think about kangaroos?
Kangaroos? I don't know. Have I ever seen one? I think.
You've never seen a kangaroo?
I did in the zoo.
You don't just go to Australia? You know how expensive or cheap those tickets are? They're only like several $1,000s, extremely affordable.
Oh yeah, sure. Like Australia and like start like a fight with the kangaroo.
Yeah, why
Have
don't
you
you
seen,
want
like,
to
those
get
videos?
murdered by literally everything that exists there? It's God's garbage dump for animals. Like, you cannot tell me the platypus was intentional. Like, what would happen if I combined a duck, a rodent, and a snake?
Sounds like an abomination, or more like pain.
Also, can someone please tell me the point of mosquitoes?
Yeah, no clue.
They're supposed to be pollinators or something, but who cares? Blood-sucking parasites that don't deserve to live. Just let them burn. I'm sure they'll be fine. So enough about Australia and my hatred of mosquitoes. Let's talk more about the build. And on the topic of animals, let's put some hummingbirds around it. But first, some hummingbird facts with Time.
They are incredibly fast with their wings. They flap, I think, 25 times a second. I also know that hummingbirds are useful for pollination.
A flock of hummingbirds is referred to as a bouquet, a glittering, a hover, a shimmer, or a tune. Can we please settle on one, please? But before we build those hummingbirds, we have to build the tree that they surround. Speaking of trees, don't you love it when you just one-shot trees?
What do you mean?
Just one-shot a tree, just crit hit it.
What? Tree?
Yeah, a tree.
What are you smoking, man?
Tree. Well, we built the tree and hummingbird pretty quickly, and I think they turned out pretty nicely. Meanwhile, I hollowed out the interior. With the basic planning of the mansion and some aqueducts finished, it was time to do some detailing. So we started off with a white base for the building to help it stick out from the environment behind it. And to give it a more magical feeling, we added some blues and purples to the build. And to really make the details pop, we added darker blocks like deep slate to contrast with the brighter colors. As a final touch, I added these swirly patterns to the domes to make the mansion feel more complete. But even though the exterior may be complete, there's a lot to do in the interior. So let's start off with this central room, which is supposed to be a warm and open area. Let's add a garden in the center of the room to fill up some space and give some nice atmosphere. But let's quickly change the floor. Yeah, that's better. With layer 1 of the central room finished, we have to move on to the next layers. But let's quickly speed through that so we can move on to some other rooms, like the gardens and the 2 front domes. One for the bees, one for a nice tree. But of course, there are many more rooms in this mansion, like a display room, nether room, sheep room, office, classroom, quilting room, guest bedroom, and of course the all-important master bedroom. But I saved the best room for last, the sorting room. But instead of sorting all my problems away, it just gave me more. And with the final room done, the mansion is finished.